If there's something that has been bothering you since a long time, something that does not seem to go away no matter how hard you try, I think you should try therapy. And in these times when going out is not your best option, then remote therapy from highly qualified and experienced clinical psychologists is what you need. Log on to www.mentep.com and start your journey towards a better headspace today. Again, that is www.mentep.com. Start your journey towards a better headspace.
What's up boys, welcome to another episode of Sit with Sid. And मैं generally what's up boys बोलता नहीं हूँ, but because today I'm sitting with India's #1 dating coach Kshitij Sehrawat, इसलिए in honor of you I've said that. Welcome
Thank you,
Kshitij
bro.
to Sit with Sid.
Thank you, bro. Lovely being here. We've been in touch for
Yeah.
quite a while. I've been trying to do this also for quite a while. So finally, I'm here.
Yeah. Also, tell me this. Like,
Yeah.
what does the dating market in India look like? Matlab, you brand yourself as India's #1 dating coach, but other than
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
I've not really seen
Yeah.
dating content on the internet. Like the dating
Yeah.
content that I've seen is more of social skills in the context of
Right.
ladki kaise pataएं. But with you, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
डेट पे like
Yeah.
it's everything. मतलब कि जाके एक लड़का लड़की के ग्रुप कैसे लड़की के ग्रुप को कैसे अप्रोच करें डे में
Yeah,
रात
yeah.
में घर पे
Yeah.
बाहर मतलब इट्स लाइक पूरा एक बाइबल ऑफ कंटेंट है वहां पे. So what's the dating market in
Yes.
India, or like are you really the #1 या फिर ये सिर्फ एक branding strategy to get more clients?
Bro, it's a mix of both. I am #1. Also, it's a branding strategy. I might not be #1, but I am not gonna say that I'm the second coach out here. But if you look at dating coaches out here, if the people who are really teaching dating, there's no one better who's doing it at a scale which I'm doing. And understanding the dating market out here, there, when I came on the scene, there wasn't really any dating market. So it's almost like I built it up in the way that what I bring to the table. So I don't bring to the table as in like ladki ko impress kaise kare, ladki ko pataye kaise, right? Which is very generic stuff, just feel good stuff. We talk about real, like it's very new, like the concept of cold approach. Like if you see someone and you can go ahead and you can talk to them, like it's miles apart from the content that you find on dating, be it a bade se bada creator or be it like the smallest of the creators. They're only in that one particular thing that they're doing. They don't have clients, they're doing it for the content. So the way their content comes is just they go to YouTube, they check out the SEO, kaun si videos pe zyada views hain, the videos which have the views, they make content on that. All right, so they're usually talking about grooming and everything, and अपने pimples कैसे हटाएं, and अपने Instagram पे photos कैसी अच्छी करें, and अपना like कपड़े क्या पहने, and उसके साथ वो dating mix कर देते हैं because it's gonna get views. So they're monetized, so they're not really coaching, they're just making content on that. I view myself more as a coach than a creator or as a content producer, right? So in that space, of course, people who are working with people, been doing for the past 5 years, have coached over. I know we have close to 350 plus people on our online mentorship. We've coached them already, and close to the same number in person. So easily like 600-700 plus people have coached. If you take Sim to Start and everything, it's like 1,000 plus clients coached in the past 5 years. So these are paid clients that I have, and who had amazing results, and the testimonials are amazing. Like I've got a list of WhatsApp messages that have been marked for testimonials, right? And there are over 600 messages, around 400 to 600 messages, right? जो मेरे को screenshot लेके post करने start करने हैं, जो अभी तक हुए नहीं हैं, because I can't get to it. Like every week we have, even in this pandemic, the past 2 years, we've had clients who've been killing it in the field. We've had clients who are, working on the social life, their dating life, and who just being phenomenal. All right, so I mean, in that sense, of course, I'm there, and there's of course that play of marketing as well.
Yeah.
So we do that as well. I don't want to be like all in numbers. Yeah. Number 69 dating coach.
Exactly. That would be a nice number, right? Obviously.
Yeah, either it's #1 or either it's number 69. I think we could go with these two. बाकी कुछ नहीं चलेगा मुझे.
कोई बीच में नहीं. अच्छा, क्या पिछले 5 साल के कोचिंग एक्सपीरियंस, 10 साल के गेम एक्सपीरियंस, इतने सारे क्लाइंट्स, इतने सारे इन फील्ड्स के बाद हम कह सकते हैं कि आप यूट्यूब इंडिया के संजय दत्त हैं विदाउट द ड्रग्स?
हाँ ब्रो, बिल्कुल कह सकते हैं. संजय दत्त वाला किताब मिल रहा है हमें. um, and usme bhi, so today we'll be, I believe the conversation will be revolving around trauma and childhood conditioning and inner work as well, and the dating one, right?
मैं actually बताना भूल गया, but I was like, I'll open up with a bit, थोड़ा I'll open up with a bit, थोड़ा chilled out and थोड़ा जिससे हम views ला सकें, उसके बाद we'll get into अच्छी वाली बात.
Yeah. So either way, a lot of that Sanjay Dutt vibe is because of the trauma that I went through, thanks to my parents. Thank you. So wo aaya, and then like, I mean, we've just made something out of it, and now we've let go of a lot of that. We've been helping clients out with that as well. So it's been pretty good, bro. मेरी भी मूवी बननी चाहिए. Maybe I'll write some books on my memoirs, like new game करके, game for India करके कोई books लिखी जाएंगी maybe sometime soon. Let's see.
हाँ, एक e-book तो है ही, और दूसरी भी एक अच्छी सी पढ़ी है.
Yeah. वो update कर रहे हैं, bro. I'm already, so I was going to write another one, around like 150 pages, but then I'm thinking I'll just make a video training, since I'm so much good at talking, and videos is what I like more rather than sitting down and writing. Of course, it's going to start with writing only. So I don't know क्या चल रहा है. Like you write it and then you make it on video for that. But let's see. Yeah, we're going to update that as well.
अच्छा, ये जो संजय दत्त वाली बात है, like it's generally, like ये वाली बात generally put up on a pedestal, like you know कि 308 बंदियां या ऐसा कुछ. And
right.
It's like it's like people, like you talk about a lot about abundance, and people confuse that with like the Casanova, the negative wali vibe, the manipulator vibe. So like how do, because the thing is there might just be a fine line that people cannot see. What is that? How is that? What's happening?
Right. So one thing is, so I'm a dating coach for men. All right. I'm not sure if there are women listeners out here watching the podcast, but if anyone, like people usually ask me, why are you only coaching men? So there's a couple of reasons. I'll clear that out pehle. It's not because I feel men only deserve dating advice. I feel everybody deserves dating advice. But number one, I feel I'm good at teaching men. All right. I don't think I'm that good if I were to teach women as well. Of course, I could try. But pehli baat ho. Secondly, when you're running a business, you want to niche it down. So when Amazon started, they didn't start selling everything that they're doing now. So they started with selling books. And then they branch out to other things. So you want to be number one in one thing, and then maybe you want to branch out. So usually it's a business decision to understand your target market, your target audience, and then only cater to them rather than have so many marketing messages. And since me being a creator and not like some big ass company, we've chosen one market, and I want to be number one there, and that's why I just coach there, right? So that part. Now, secondly, the part with abundance. So women are always in abundance, all right, mostly. Let's say mostly out here, because some might not. The women that I talk to, my friends, everyone, and whoever, generally it's like women always have people after them, like men after them, chasing them, be it their ex-boyfriend, be it the guy who's sliding in her DMs randomly, be it the guy who's commenting on her Instagram or Facebook, be it the guy jisko usne friend zone kar diya hai, be it her childhood friend, be it some new guy she's meeting, or on Tinder or anywhere, all right? Like if you're a girl and you're on Tinder, you're going to get shit tons of matches, all right? But when you do it with men,
ratio is like 100%.
Yeah, at least 99, bro. Like at least 99%. And that's the worst. And I've asked my female friends about this as well. Although jo bande hote hain, bahut amazing hote hain, right? All right. And like people ask me, bro, maybe online dating work nahi kar raha. I'm like, the competition with online dating is crazy, guys. Like, I mean, like there are people who are crazy good looking wahan pe, and it's like वो 80% 90% of the matches उन्हीं को आ रहे होते हैं सारे, और जो बाकी बचते हैं, बाकी मतलब जो 80% of वो Pareto principle में जैसे हो रखा है, what do you call distribution? So 20% of the top people take like 80% of the top female matches, and then जो बाकी 80% बचते हैं, they're fighting for the rest 20%, and that's what's been happening, all right? So with men, the scenario is very different. You don't get matches at all. It's so difficult for you to do that. And the other way as well. For men to meet a girl, it's much more difficult, because it's always like I have to be out there, I have to talk to someone. So it's very skewed, and women are the ones who control the like who control ki kya ho raha hai wahan pe, or like the relationships and everything. I think. Exactly. Yeah, better word out there. So they've got the power of choice, ki who they want to align with, who they don't want. So they're gonna just chill. They're like, you come to me, I'm gonna be out here, whatever the fuck, right? So with men, if you are in that frame of just chasing people and just being like, ek bandi to mil jaye mujhe, I hope I just get one girl, then you're coming from a very needy clingy, very desperate, very, wanting to meet your own needs of like validation, love, affection, all of that stuff from the girl. And the girl doesn't want that because you're coming across as a loser. You might be amazing with your friends, you might be amazing with a lot of people, but when it comes to a girl, because you're in that scarcity mentality, you are going to be coming off as creepy and she won't like you. So which is why we tell people to build abundance, build that choice inside, make it good enough. And it's not about having a lot of relationships or a lot of hookups. It's about that choice, building that choice inside. And even better would be if you can build that inner knowing that I'm going to be fine. All right, I'm going to be fine. I have girls around me. I'm a guy who women love. Naturally, your outward experiences, of course, you'll have to learn a lot of things of how to flirt, how to talk to people, how to hold a conversation, how to make her laugh, just understand female behavior, body language, all that stuff. And then from there, when you meet women, you're not going to be desperate about it. And it's something that can last you a lifetime. Because like, I'm going to be 30 right now. I don't have, like, now I don't even have thoughts that I'm not going to get a girl or anything, even if I'm 40, even if I'm 50. All right. Like, that's just not there. I'm in such an abundant place in life where, like, of course, if you've got, in life, if you have girls that you're talking to and you know that you've got a couple of options, that's going to help you. All right. In the starting, you want to do that. But then by later on, you want to work on that inner part of yourself as well, where you feel that it's going to be fine, you're going to be okay, and women do love you and you are worthy for their affection and love and everything. And that's what we want to get at by the end of it. But then, of course, it's stages, bro. In the starting, you can't expect someone to get to that inner knowing. In the starting, if they can just have some options and they can be at that place of choice, that's a very good way to have the power with you. I hope that makes sense.
So I mean, it does, because again, why it's like people are like, if this guy has a lot of girls, he might just be manipulating. He might just be. It's like if this guy, but then बहुत negative सा connotation होता है. Like
I'll explain.
It's like they.
All right, so
एक judge किया जाता है. I mean, I'm not the guy who is being judged, but I know the guys who are being judged.
Yeah, and you know why that happens is because
and पता है एक बात और होती है. And पता है एक बात और होती है. These guys, these are not who you think they are. मतलब तुम्हें लगता है कि these guys have a lot of girls or whatever, and so they must be happy as fuck. But when you talk to them, you realize that they're empty inside, to be honest. A lot of them are empty inside. They don't have somebody to talk to when they are like, when they don't have any, like they really don't have anyone to talk to. Unko, the only call they do at midnight is a booty call.
Yeah, bro, that's there. And you know why these people hate on people like that. And this is the same thing. So when people hate on men who are good with women and who have options and who women love, they feel कि उन्होंने manipulation से मिला होगा उनको. Similar concept is the same when you see a rich guy and you hate on a rich person because तुम्हें लगता है उसने चोरी करके लिया होगा. Why these people think that is because in their minds, if they were to get so much money or be good with women, the only way they could do it, or if they were to do it, is by cheating and lying and manipulating women. So वो अपनी reality बाहर project करते हैं, right? And they don't understand that there's a right way to do it. Like, you can be honest about it, you can be upfront about it, you can have conversation, and you can genuinely be a man of value, so that when a woman talks to you or when you've got a business, you are giving value back. The woman loves to talk to you. When you have a business, you are providing a service which is superior than a lot of than what anybody else would do, and your customers love you for that. All right. Same thing. Like, if I want to meet someone, or if I'm buying something, let's say if I'm buying something from Apple, I think it's like I would love it because the service they're providing me is amazing, not because वो मेरे को कुछ cheat कर रहे हैं. So it's a lot about the mindset. Similarly, when I meet a girl and if she has a lot of options around men, I mean, I would want to meet a girl who has options with men. That means she's desired. That means she has something of value. All right. That means like she's been good enough. So I mean that's just my thing as well. And then similarly with men, and which is why social proof works great. All right. Which is why if a guy talks to a number of girls, you can see his pictures with women and everything. And if he's in a party, there are girls saying hi to him, they're standing around him, they're laughing at his jokes. Other girls around will get more attracted to him because he's basically proven, all right, that he's not a creep, he's safe, he's fun to hang around, and they can be with him rather than some other guy who's like, hey, can I buy you a drink? So will you go home with me?
I remember you telling one of the stories ki jahan pe you hooked up with a girl and then she kept sending her friends to hang out with you. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was wild, bro. That was that was wild.
I mean, social
I
proof at
remember.
its peak.
Yeah. That was just dating by referral, bro. Word of mouth. I mean, it was crazy.
Exactly. Word of
Yeah,
mouth.
it was
Okay,
crazy.
ये तो काफी
That's right.
अलग context.
Yeah. It's breaking down dating in nerd terms, like
Exactly.
literally nerd terms, like
नहीं
name
नहीं
it
नहीं नहीं
dating
अगर
only.
if I would take like word of mouth थोड़ा और sexual connotation में.
अच्छा हाँ वो भी है literally word of mouth. Good stuff, bro. सही है.
वाह क्या बताओ. मम्मी
Yeah,
पापा
yeah.
मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मैं थोड़ा करना पड़ता है मुझे मेरे पेरेंट.
Content creator हो गया है लड़का.
हाँ अरे मैं
Needs
क्या
to spill
बताऊं.
some dirt out there. Needs to make
अरे
it interesting. Can't be
वही
vanilla.
तो there are like podcasts इसमें मैं abuse and shit like अगर आप अपने दोस्तों के साथ बैठे हो then you are doing stuff like that ना. And ऐसा
Yeah.
होता है कि
हाँ,
सुबह
बिल्कुल
उठते ही
bro.
पहली चीज मम्मी पापा क्या देख रहे हैं उस पॉडकास्ट की एक रील. और मैं कह
अच्छा.
रहा हूँ कि क्यों देख रहे हो. अच्छा थोड़ी लगता है ये सब.
I know.
हाँ तो अच्छा पेरेंट्स से आए मुझे एक चीज आई मुझे अभी याद आई कि
Yeah.
you do a lot of master classes and workshops around your inner child work and all that. And I have attended
Yeah,
a couple
High
of them.
Cycle, yeah.
High Word Cycle, yeah, for that. And I've
Yeah.
attended a couple of them. And the most common thing that I have noticed in other people is that they're crying by the end of it. And I fortunately,
Yeah.
I fortunately have never felt it. I've sat through the whole
Right.
thing, and I've never cried.
हाँ.
Thanks to my mom
Okay.
and dad. Thank you for that.
ठीक है.
I think.
That's
But
great.
why is that? Why is that people are down to crying? मतलब ऐसा क्या होता है कि लोग
Yeah.
रो रहे होते हैं बैठ के वहाँ पे. मतलब कॉमेडी
Yeah,
में
it's-
हंसा दिया लोगों को, माइंड ब्लो कर दिया. You got them to a place where they were like अपना they start questioning their existence and all that. But ऐसा क्या होगा कि they've got extreme emotions coming out of them.
Yeah, bro. So with High Word Cycle, what we teach on the masterclass and the training that's on the website as well. So with that, a lot of the childhood experiences that we have and the conditioning and everything that happens, we try to forget it and we try to suppress it down and we try to deny it and everything, right? So a lot of energy just goes into suppressing those things and just denying it and just not acknowledging its existence. But subconsciously, that's what's really running us. All right. And when you come to a masterclass, all right. So if a random people comes to a masterclass, might just not have the same effect, all right. Although it does, but if you've been following my content for a long time, or if you look up to me, and when you come into the masterclass, you're very submissive out there, all right. That means what I'm going to say, you'll be bought into it. You are, you're going to believe what I'm going to be saying, right? And you're going to trust me. So if you trust me to take you on a journey, your defense mechanisms go down. All right. And if I can elicit the trust in you that I'll take care of you, you're going to be fine. So you will take my word for it. All right. And when you do that with what we have with High Word Cycle, those are very powerful processes, all right? So when we take you into a guided imagery meditation, it's almost like hypnosis, all right? We take you in a guided imagery meditation thing. And when we take you there where you're relaxed, where your defense mechanisms are down and everything, and then we bring some stuff out, and then there's me guiding you through it, you're feeling more safe. A lot of the stuff that you've tried to deny, you've tried to, suppress, all of that just comes up, all right? And it just, you can't help yourself. And which is why it becomes very powerful. And every masterclass I've done, sometimes it's just about just like talking, like a lot of these podcasts where I'm just talking to people like out here, like number of ones which I've done with Prakhar, and then I think with Vinamra as well. Anytime I've just spoken about it, people have just in the comments just written that they've been crying. You could say we've tried to deliberately trigger them, all right, to help them process those certain things. Because once we can bring it up, at least once we can acknowledge that, we can start to process that.
And like,
yeah,
considering ये जो है, this is something that's happening on the internet for everyone. जो like the boot camps that you run, the proper mentorship programs that you have, उसमें तो और ही ज़्यादा mental processes and उतना ज़्यादा toll release होता होगा सबका, like the people that are.
Oh yeah. So the High Word Cycle program that I have, that's a 10-week program, all right. So in the end of every masterclass, in the end of every training, we invite people to have a call with us so that we can see personally what is it that they're going through. What do they need help with? And then it's an in-depth call, 45 to 60 minutes, sometimes goes on for like 1.5 to 2 hours as well, depending on what's going on. So we get a better understanding of what's been going on in their life and if we can even help them out with that or not. And then we sign them up for a 10 to 12 week program. There it just goes deeper. Like the masterclass we have, it's just like you could say just like 5% or 10% of the thing. Like that's just like literally the first step that you take into it. Uske baad we go deep into it and we start to unwire and we start to get a lot of things out of it. So yeah, bro, वो और भी ज़्यादा intense हो जाता है काफी. So we go
For
deep and
you,
deep and deep. Yeah.
like if you're coaching these many people, like 10-15 लोग, 20 लोग, how many ever they are, and उनका
Right.
इतना trauma release हो रहा है, उनका इतना suppressed feelings release हो रहा है, तो it must take a lot of toll on you as well, ना कि मतलब क्योंकि if I have seen people crying in front of me and it's not easy to look at them. It's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
remember whenever I used to look at like बचपन में तो whenever I used to look at someone cry, मेरे भी आंसू निकल जाते थे.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So how has it been for like you? इतना कैसे?
Yeah, bro. So one thing is that, like, just to clarify, like the dating part of it is different, and the High Cycle part of it is different. All right. So the inner work we do with High Cycle only. So High Cycle may like in the starting days it was much more difficult. All right, because I was processing my own things, and which is why I wasn't starting to coach or whatever. All right. I've been learning for like the past, I don't know, 2017. So I've been learning, right? So it's 2021 right now. Like you can do the math. And 2019 I've been coaching with High Cycle as well, like doing beta tests and beta programs and workshops and everything. That's only for the clients that I've told, and not really. Hold on, bro. Let me just close my Slack. Slack खुला हुआ है, यहाँ पे notification आते रहेंगे. हाँ यार, team के काम. So with coaching those guys and everything with that, in the starting, the first time I did it, I was getting more triggered looking at that, and I couldn't stop myself from crying and getting involved. All right. So now with my more work, with the better I get and everything, one thing that I need to be doing at times is separating myself from the equation. All right. Like it's a very fine line. It's a very thin line. Like I want to be there for the person. I want to empathize with them. I want to be with them. I want to hold space, but I don't want to get entangled in the energy, and I don't want to get caught up in that same emotion. So I have to hold my own space as well while still being there. It's almost like you're trying to grab the sun, but you don't want to get burnt doing that as well. So it's a very fine line that you have to be there. You have to be doing, and it's been much better. So it's a constant evolution process on my part as well.
It's tough, right? मतलब I think मतलब थोड़ा अगर मैं relate करूँ, तो it's like when people speak passionately about things that they like or don't like, they kind of personalize them इतना deeply कि they cannot think about anything else. मतलब they suspend logic and just think about that, and उसके बाद से they start doing bad shit. But what I've realized is it's like you gotta be as passionate with anything that you are doing, but you also got to depersonalize it.
Yeah, for sure, bro. That it's not all about you. It's about the other person, and I mean you got to separate your work as well. That's something we've been trying to do with, like I've been trying to do with my work as well, right? And which is that we're involving a lot of people out there. So we've got a number of more coaches, and the team and everyone is there, and I'm trying to involve them also out there, rather than in the starting years it was more like this is my thing, my project, all right, very like mera stuff hai yahan pe. As a creator, that's what you want to do. But then now we're at that stage where we're growing rapidly, so we want I want other people also to come in and take the mantle out there, and me give up control to them and empower them as well. So वो करना भी important है.
अच्छा, like with you, it's like the social thing, the social game is kind of work for you.
Yes.
मतलब ये सारी बातें जो लोग chill करने जाते हैं, that is your work. तो आप chill करने कहाँ जाते हैं?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bro, mera. I mean, it's the same thing. So for me, going to the clubs has been absolutely amazing. But as in when
ऐसा कभी होता है कि आज मैं क्लब में जा रहा हूँ, आज गेम नहीं करूँगा, आज मैं सिर्फ साइड में बैठ के खड़ा रहूँगा, देखता रहूँगा क्या हो रहा है बाहर.
I try to do that at times, but then the thing is, it's not an on and off switch for me. All right, in the starting तुम off रहते हो. All right. When you start to learn game and you start to learn socializing, और तुम्हें बड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है घर के बाहर जाने में, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है लोगों को हाय बोलने में. वो फियर ऑफ रिजेक्शन आता है, यार हाय बोलूंगा चांटा ना मार दे लड़की, ये लड़का मेरे को बोले नहीं, क्रीपी मुझसे क्यों बात कर रहा है. सो मेनी थिंग्स, बहुत मेहनत से तुम 2 मिनट के लिए ऑन होते हो और फिर पूरी रात ऑफ रहते हो, राइट? When you continue doing it, you start staying on for longer time. When you get at an intermediate level, when you get good enough, you're off all day, and then when you want to be on, you can go to the club and you can be like, all right, I'm going to be on right now, and then you can do that. When you do it at a level which I've done it like 10, 12 years, whatever it's been, I'm always on, bro. You're always on. So it's like it's not like आज मुझे कुछ नहीं करना. I've tried doing that. I think I'll tell you this thing. When I was in Goa, one of the nights, I think it was New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, I just hope none of the people that I know or the girls are watching this. All right, but so New Year's Eve, yeah. So New Year's Eve, I went out. And I went out with the thing that I don't want to meet people. I don't want to socialize. I'm here with my friends. A lot of my friends from Delhi were there. I was like, I just want to chill with these guys. All right. But एक तो मैं 1 बजे पहुंचा, New Year's हो गया था तब तक. All right. So it was already 1 a.m. Entered the club and wasn't drinking that night at all. I don't drink usually. Goa में 1-2 बार I think I drank. I was like, New Year's Eve, I'm not drinking at all. उससे 2 दिन पहले I drank because a lot of my friends had flown in from Delhi. It was like 50 दिल्ली के लोग थे ब्रो वहाँ पे एक वेन्यू में. पता है हम एक कॉन्सर्ट में थे.
न्यू ईयर के टाइम तो पूरा नॉर्थ इंडिया गोवा भरा हुआ था.
हाँ सब थे bro. And I knew a lot of people out there, all right. Plus like when I'm at a place, it's very easy for me to meet people as well, right? And it's not an on and off switch. So I went there, I'm like, I'm not going to talk to anyone, nothing's going to happen. No, I'm going to be out here, chill. Enough of shit has happened, all right. But then after some time, I just started getting bored, bro. And then I just saw, I was standing, a cute girl walked by me. I was like, all right, she's cute. I was like, cool, I'm chilling with friends. Some other girl walked by again. I was like, okay, she's also cute. And then it's like, मैं मेहनत करके बोल रहा हूँ, no, right? But then third time some girl walked by, I'm like, come on, yaar, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, hi, how are you? So it's not so much like I want to have a romantic relationship or a sexual relationship. I want to hook up with anyone. Which is saying I'm sitting out there and a cute girl's going by and I find her interesting. I am going to say hi to her. All right. So I was just like, hey, hi, what's up? So I started talking to her. Then after a while, a couple of people were there. They caught my eye. I said hi to them. By the morning, I think within 2 hours, a number of my friends had left क्योंकि उन्हें गर्मी लग रही थी. कई लोग कहीं और जा रहे थे किसी और पार्टी में. तो they're like, चलो. मैं कहीं नहीं जा रहा हूँ भाई, मैं यहीं रुकूंगा, मुझे बिल्कुल घर नहीं जाना. कई लोग घर चले गए थे because they're like, भाई यहाँ पे बहुत गर्मी हो रही है. I'm like, bro, I'm not going. और उन्होंने उस दिन शराब भी नहीं पी थी, तो उनको मजे आ नहीं रहे. I am used to without alcohol. I'm like, I built that up inside myself. I don't need alcohol or anything else. And I'm having a lot of fun. I'm like, तुम जाओ. तो मैं अकेला वहाँ पे. And by the morning, I left with a group of people to an after party at 7 or 8 in the morning. मैं पूरी रात उनके साथ चिल किया. Number of people I met out there, yaar. And this is a new group that I was with. And in the morning, we went for an after party. Came back home by like 12 or something in the morning, bro, completely sober. So it's like, it's like now I'm at that stage, the on-off switch is not there. It's a part of my personality. All right. So we had a code back in the day or something, which is like, in the starting, you don't know what game is. All right. When you're starting out, you're like, what the fuck is game? I don't understand what this is. After that, you feel like, okay, I understand game. All right. And then after some time, you start knowing game because you start feeling it. All right. And then at the highest level, what happens is you become game. All right. So you don't have to know, you don't have to feel, you are that. All right. So I'm at that stage where I am that, right? You know, like my personality is that. So मुझे कुछ करना नहीं है. I'm me, right? And it's not कि मैं कुछ करूँगा जाके. It's so effortless.
हाँ वो it's like एक natural state of being ही हो गई है social होना.
Yes.
I think
true.
I think I kind of relate क्योंकि even with me, I mean, it's like even I like to talk to a lot of people. मतलब अब तो सिर्फ online ही through है, उसके अलावा तो कितना ही होगा. Like जहाँ भी थोड़ा बहुत जाते हैं वो तो ठीक है, अलग बात है. But online भी I'm always like, let's chill, let's hang out. So it's like even when I'm on official calls and I'm on like college के group calls पे या फिर when I'm working with my team, it's like मेरा default state of being रहता है कि पहले 15 मिनट बकचोदी चलेगी, उसके बाद काम हो जाएगी अगर होनी होगी तो. बट पहले 15 मिनट मैं पूछूंगा कि अच्छा एक अगर मेरा एक फ्रेंड इसको क्रिकेट देखना बहुत पसंद है तो वो जैसे ही आएगा रूम में और भाई क्या चल रहा है आजकल, कौन से मैचेस चल रहे हैं. एंड मतलब वो इट्स लाइक इवन इफ यू ट्राई, मतलब एक टाइम पे लाइक लास्ट मंथ या फिर 2 महीने पहले I थोड़ा मुझे I was at this realization kind of phase where I was like, Siddhansh, you kind of are too social these days. Let's try and be the closed off person for some time. एकदम जो asshole type का बंदा नहीं होता वो बन के देखते हैं. Let's just do an experiment.
Yeah.
Try and turn that. And it's like you have to consciously suppress कि नहीं, you don't have to get comfortable with this person. You don't have to make them feel comfortable. You have to keep that guard up. You like क्योंकि ऐसा होता है ना कि मैं पहली बार भी किसी से बात करता हूँ and at the end of the conversation we like became such good friends. मतलब I remember when मैं 13 साल का था, I mean 13, 14, and there was this person who was a big shot businessman. मतलब जो वो होते नहीं जो माइंस के लिए जो मशीन सप्लाई करते हैं, इतना बड़ा आदमी.
Right.
I met that.
Right.
I
Right.
met this guy somewhere. I was 13, 14, and
Mm-hmm.
थोड़ी बहुत बात करनी स्टार्ट हुई एंड 2 घंटे तक वे जस्ट टॉकिंग एंड आई एम लाइक कंटिन्यूअसली आस्किंग हिम क्वेश्चंस कि अच्छा आपका काम कैसे चलता है. आई एम जनरली क्यूरियस पर्सन और 2 घंटे मैंने इतनी बात करी दैट पर्सन स्टिल रिमेंबर्स. तो इतना वो मेरा नेचुरल स्टेट ऑफ बीइंग है. तो उसको जब इंसान कम करने की कोशिश करता है इट्स लाइक यू हैव टू मेक अ वेरी कॉन्शियस चॉइस कि नहीं पकड़ के रखे.
Yeah. And that's not always pretty, bro. I think 2017 के आसपास I remember when I'd go to the gym. So मैं पास में ही जाता था and I didn't want to socialize with people out there. उस time पे the 1 or 2 friends that I would go to the gym with, वो उन्होंने आना बंद कर दिया because उनके लिए दूर था और मैं उन साइड जाना नहीं चाहता था. So I started going alone. And like when I'm in my element, like in the gym, what I would be doing is I'd be listening to music, I'd start dancing, I'd start just doing something in my own, right? Or just talking, having fun and everything. Or even like talking to people and just joking around with them. So what I started noticing is when I started doing that, people out there in the gym would want to hang out with me after the gym as well, whatever, which I did not want to do. They'd be like, bro, हमें भी club लेके जा, हमें भी लड़कियों से मिलवा, हमें भी ये करा, हमें वो करा, हमें साथ घुमा. I was like, I didn't sign up for that, all right? Like I'm just chilling out here. So then उसके बाद I stopped doing that in the gym. I stopped like being the fun guy. But उसके बाद से it had a bad effect on me. Like it was like almost like a part of my personality मैं suppress कर रहा हूँ और फिर जब इतना suppress कर दिया तो ऐसा लगा कि suppress हो ही गया है. All right. And that was that I felt was like one mistake that I did. और फिर उसके बाद once I realized it after a couple of months, I was like, I need to stop doing this thing, right? I got to change the gym or I got to just be upfront with them. I'm like, guys, I'm not going to hang out with you. All right. और ये same चीज college में भी होती थी, right? All the people जैसे मैं जाट होता था and a lot of people out there, मैं like I would talk to anyone, कोई बंदा कितना देसी है या कोई कितना ही, you know, more like well spoken or whatever. Different things, like, you know, you've got different people
Posh.
in the college. So I could hang out with posh. I could hang out with everyone. I could talk to everyone. But उससे फिर other people would be like, I mean, they'd want favors and everything from me. जो मुझे करना नहीं था. So it needs to be very clear कि मेरे को मना करना है या मुझे उनके आसपास नहीं रहना है. So didn't have really strong boundaries out there. So started to develop boundaries and started to do that after that. So yeah. Try to not fall into that trap, bro.
And पता है ये this is like मतलब this what you just said ना, people will take it into a very generic people pleasing kind of attitude, but I don't think it's that, because even what I've noticed that even I like mostly don't say no to people. I'm always like थोड़ी बहुत help I can do it because उसमें मेरा कुछ नहीं जा रहा. Like if you want some help with an assignment with me, okay, I can do it obviously, but eventually what you realize is that, so I was talking to one of my friends like 2-3 दिन पहले, and I told him that लोगों से when I'm meeting new people, there are like 2 major categories which I put them in, but the third category is very exceptional. One is where they're coming to take something from me. The second is when they're coming to share something with me. And the third is then they're coming to give me something. That is like very rarely that happens. And when you see someone come and take something from you, उसके बाद भी वो चीज 2 जगह जा सकती है. Either it goes to a place when they start with taking something from you and then, you know, थोड़ा बहुत they share something and उसके बाद तुम दोस्त बन जाते हो. I've made one of my good friends, one of my bestest friends in college. Like उसने starting में assignment मांगा था और उसके बाद से हम बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं. Right. एक प्रजाति के लोग होते हैं which are just there for the taking. वो आएंगे, लेके जाएंगे, दोबारा आएंगे, फिर लेके जाएंगे, दोबारा आएंगे, फिर लेके जाएंगे. And these are the kind of people you want to stay away from. मतलब I remember, I mean, मैं ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको मैंने रोस्ट करके छोड़ा हुआ है. Like I mean, they're like पहली बार आया, okay, let me help you. दूसरी बार आया, let me help you. तीसरी बार आया, मैं देख रहा हूँ, मुझे दिख रही है WhatsApp की चैट ऊपर अभी दो चैट में तूने मुझसे कुछ मांगा है 3 महीने के कुछ डिफरेंस में, और तू फिर मांगने आ गई. और मैंने कहा I knew this was coming. उसके बाद से उसका मैंने रिप्लाई उसको वापस ही नहीं किया, रिवर्ट ही नहीं किया. मैंने कहा तो
I know, bro. It's about understanding those boundaries, right? You've got to exercise those boundaries at some point in time. कि नहीं, like either be upfront कि like नहीं यार, I mean, or just try avoiding.
क्योंकि हाँ, I mean, पता नहीं, it's like वो it's not even people pleasing at that point, क्योंकि तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं जा रहा generally.
Yeah.
But
sometimes you I mean, when you're a nice person, you want to help people out. So वो है, but then other people are always going to try and take and everything.
अच्छा, I was listening to your stream on College Game, and वो stream सुनते सुनते इतना दुख हुआ ना मुझे, क्योंकि मैं तो कॉलेज जा नहीं पा रहा हूँ। अरे मैं
कॉलेज
कॉलेज ही
नहीं
नहीं
जा
जा
पा
पा
रहा है।
रहा हूँ। यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट
हाँ
सोसाइटीज में जाओ, सीनियर्स से मिलो, कहाँ जाओ, लेके सबको वहां जाओ, कहाँ जाऊँ भैया, जूम की स्क्रीन पे
हाँ
हूँ मैं। मतलब
जूम की स्क्रीन
मतलब
पे या
मैंने जूम की स्क्रीन पे मस्ती करने के लिए पता है कैसी ऐसी हरकतें करी हैं। मैं क्या करता
या
था, मैं अपना, जैसे मेरा एक टेबल है, आई वुड गेट ऑफ दिस टेबल, इसको खाली छोड़ के यहाँ वेबकैम से
या
आई वुड क्लिक अ पिक्चर ऑफ दिस एम्प्टी
या
एम्प्टी टेबल।
या
उसके बाद मेरे पास एक हरे रंग का पर्दा है, माई ग्रीन स्क्रीन। आई वुड
ग्रीन
वेयर
स्क्रीन।
दैट अप टू माई नेक, एंड जूम में जो ग्रीन स्क्रीन का फीचर होता है ना,
अच्छा
I'll replace that screen with the खाली।
या
तो क्लास में
या
सिर्फ इतना पार्ट दिख रहा होता था
और बाकी टेबल।
और बाकी टेबल कुछ नहीं दिख रहा। तो
हाँ
ऐसी
हाँ
ऐसी हरकतें करी मैंने मस्ती करने के लिए बस लोगों के साथ।
या
And अच्छा,
या
उस स्ट्रीम में you said कि you were once labeled as the creepy guy in college,
या
I think ऐसा
या
कुछ था।
स्टार्टिंग इयर्स,
हाँ
स्टार्टिंग
तो
1 or 2 years या
या तो वो चीज कैसे हटाई, क्योंकि I mean I can't imagine the guy that is creepy right now in college,
या
who was creepy in my school, getting like
या
gaining any reputation back.
yeah. So I wasn't creepy in my class. I just felt I'm better than everyone in my class. वो उल्टा जा रहा था. Because I didn't, at that time it was about me socializing and meeting people in the class. I had some friends, but I wanted to hang out with people outside. Like coming from an all boys school, I just got into college and I wanted to meet women out there. Alright, I wanted to socialize with people and I wanted to spend time with them. And the way I was doing it, I was just being very creepy about it. I just talk to someone and just get their phone number, right? And that was very creepy. So afterward, once I understood it, once some of my friends helped me out with it, I just stopped. It's almost like I just cut contact, bro. So just cut contact, and then just started learning about socializing, about how to talk to people, about conversations, about sense of humor, and being a more interesting, a more funny, a better conversationalist, and just a better person in general who does interesting things. All right. And once I started to do that, fast forward like a year, 2 year, or whatever, I mean, I don't know if it changed or not, but what started to happen by the end of it, I had a lot more people saying positive things about me than the negative ones. And then जो negative वाले बचे थे, जो creepy सोच रहे थे, I just didn't like. I don't think they gave a fuck enough about it, because जितना fuck हम देते हैं अपने बारे में ना, उतना सब लोग नहीं देते. They don't care. They're like, all right, this guy's a creep, but they're not obsessing over it all day. Even if I was a creep, I was like a harmless creep. Like they felt safe around me, but it's just that I weirded them out. I just try to like take a lot. All right, they knew that I liked them, so creepy in a way, like I'm like I like the girl, but I can't make a move on her. All right, और अगर मैं कुछ भी करूँगा तो मैं बहुत creepy way में करूँगा. Like I text them, hey, खाना खा लिया, something like that. You know, imagine like homework कर लिया, how was college today? What's your attendance? Like उस type of conversation, right? So they're like, he's harmless, he's a nice guy, right? So उस way में it was like creepy. And then after it, when I think again social proof came into play, where they saw me with different people. I think I had long hair. It just changed completely. The way I was walking, the way I was talking, everything changed. Huh?
हिप्पी हो गए थे क्या?
What?
बाहर ऐसे लंबे
I don't know, bro.
हिप्पी गिटार,
मैं पजामे और चप्पल में घूमता था, bro.
एवरेज दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट, हिप्पी गिटार और कम्युनिस्ट.
Yeah, I mean, I just stopped giving a fuck. I grew my hair. मैं चप्पलों में कॉलेज जाता था, पजामों में, शॉर्ट्स में. लिटरली पजामे, ब्रो. वो जो तुम रात को पहन के सोते हो ना, लाइक वो एज लाइक Abercrombie and print on everywhere, या फिर तुम लाइक लिटरली जो तुम सो के पहनोगे, मैं वही उठ के जाता था. मैं वही पहनता था, because I like it's so fucking chill, and I just be there, have fun, and by the end of it, I mean, people just started liking me. A number of them, I mean, उनके साथ never spoke to a number of those girls again, काफी बार. But then it just didn't matter, because I had so many more other people who I met afterwards, and it just transformed पूरा यार. So again, it's like, I mean, it's a journey. मेहनत कर करके यार.
I
Putting my
think I
mind
kind
into
of
it.
share that. मतलब like if I were to take back to my school days, मतलब आज से around 1.5 साल पहले, तो पूरे school I was, मतलब ऐसा नहीं, I was never the guy that anyone does not like, but it was that I was this fat guy, the one like, जो पढ़ने में काफी अच्छा है, but उसको जो स्कूल के कूल लड़के हैं, लाइक स्कूल के कूल लोग हैं, वो सब उसके दोस्त हैं. बट उन सब के जो दोस्त हैं, जो और कूल ग्रुप है, दे लाइक डू नॉट लाइक उतना, मतलब इट्स लाइक सब उसको जानते हैं बट वो सबको नहीं जानता. तो एवरीवन थोड़ा कुछ उसके बारे में बोल रहे हैं, कोई मजाक बना रहा है, एंड एवरीवन लाइक दैट इज हैपनिंग. एंड पता नहीं, मुझे बचपन से आई हैव नेवर गिवन अ फक अबाउट दैट, क्योंकि और मतलब एक चीज और थी कि स्कूल में कभी भाव मिला नहीं, लाइक टीचर्स से आई यूज्ड टू गेट पर्सनली भाव मिलता था, सब टीचर्स जानते थे कि ये लड़का अच्छा है, बट ऐसे जो होता है ना हेड बॉय और एनी काउंसिल का स्कूल वाली जो वैलिडेशन होती है स्टेज पे चढ़ के जो तुम्हें देते हैं, वो बहुत कम हुई है मेरे साथ, एक्सेप्ट फॉर द एकेडमिक स्टफ. बट आफ्टर स्कूल खत्म होने के बाद लॉकडाउन लग गया, आई कट ऑफ फ्रॉम मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल. एक तो सबसे पहले कट ऑफ तो तभी हो गया था जब 10th में 11th में मैंने साइंस ले ली थी, बाकी सबने कॉमर्स ह्यूमैनिटीज ले ली थी. उसके बाद फिर लॉकडाउन भी लग गया, तो आई वाज जस्ट इन टच विद अ वेरी फ्यू नंबर ऑफ पीपल. उसके बाद व्हेन आई डिड स्टफ, व्हेन आई इतना थोड़ा बहुत हो गया, मेरी औकात बन गई थोड़ी सी, आई इवन गॉट स्लिमर, मतलब मैं बहुत स्लिम हो गया था एक टाइम पे, and that was due to some medical stuff. Uske baad I'm still very slim. I'm like 15-20 kgs down than what I was at school. Farewell की फोटो आप देखोगे तो मेरे को ये क्या लड़का है, तो ऐसा हो रखा है. और उसके बाद फिर मुझे whenever people call me ना, जो तुम्हारे मेरे पुराने स्कूल के फ्रेंड्स हैं, they are always speaking to me with a sense of wonder कि अरे सिद्धांत तुमने तो ये तुमने तो वो. It's very fascinating. I'm like छोड़ ना भाई, क्या हाल है बता.
Yeah, it's great to hear these stories, bro, because I mean, once school gets over now, it's almost like you press the reset button because you're going in college. And in college, you can be whoever you want. Like, you would be the most nerdy, most antisocial person that no one likes in school. But in college, it's just a 360-degree reputation, and those people are gone. So it's a great reset. I remember being annoyed by this reset though, because like in school, like I mean, I used to be one of the cool kids, and then everybody started to like, once you go to college, everyone thinks they're cool, right? And I was like, यार ये बंदे स्कूल में cool नहीं होंगे, मुझे पता है, ये अब यहाँ पे cool बन रहे हैं, front कर रहे हैं, ये बंदे वो हैं जो front bencher हैं, right? And that was just coming from a place of insecurity, to be honest. और वो आता ही है because you're coming out of it. But again, bro, and secondly, like right now, you can push the reset button because you can be whoever you want to be on the internet. All right. And like, you've been doing a lot of work on the internet, you've been doing so many things, and like, I don't care how you were in school, right? If you reach out to me, you want to do something with me, the work that I see right now, it's good enough, fine, we'll do it, right? I'm not going to care with your school ka thing or with whatever you've done. So it's and you can reach out to a lot more bigger audience. So that's sort of leveled the playing field as well, and just made the world, I don't know, it just give an opportunity to everyone. So if someone's let's say a nerd, antisocial person, or someone who no one likes in school, or wahan se leke if someone just an absolute stud in school, or someone who fails in school, or someone tops the class, everyone is on the same level. Like, you can start doing something on the internet and everyone can be anyone. And now looking back at like around Meko, I think it's been around 10 to 12 years I've done with school, and now that I see where my batchmates are, almost everyone is doing really good stuff. Like, even the people who failed classes, like I have a very close friend of mine, usko 11th mein fail kar diya tha. I mean, ajeeb hai, and now he's working with one of the biggest advertising agencies, and he's like the creative head or something. Wahan pe kuch unka dekh raha hai. He's amazing. Another guy failed, and he's working with his dad in his business, and he's doing amazing. All right, so jo bhi bande hain, jitne bhi, everyone's doing amazing, yaar. And which is what school is very hierarchical, you feel, right? कि ये बंदा कुछ नहीं करेगा, और teachers भी बोलते हैं कि नहीं, तुम तो कुछ नहीं करोगे जिंदगी में, and you sort of believe the lie. I'm like, dumb fucking teachers, यार.
मेरे प्री बोर्ड में नंबर कम आ गए और तुम कह रहे हो कि सिद्धांत कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा. What?
Dumb fucking
मतलब
bitch.
मुझे टीचर्स पता नहीं, मतलब I like my teachers, मैं तो अभी भी मतलब I have fun with them, but जैसी बातें बोल जाते थे ना वो, especially मेरे साथ कोचिंग में भी हुआ है. IIT कोचिंग, JEE कोचिंग is like shit. मतलब I remember one of my teachers telling me or telling the whole class कि देखो बाबू बोलते थे वो, कि अगर तुमने होमवर्क टाइम से नहीं किया, पता है तुम्हारी नौकरी, तो तुम पता है कहाँ जाओगे? तुम जाओगे शंभुनाथ, इट्स लाइक थोड़ा आउटसाइड ऑफ माय सिटी, एंड तुम्हारी लगेगी 5,000 की नौकरी. एंड नाउ व्हेन आई लुक बैक, आई एम लाइक, तुम 50 बच्चों की क्लास में ऐसी बातें कर रहे थे, व्हिच इज सो ट्रॉमेटाइजिंग टू देम, क्योंकि आधे लोगों को पता भी नहीं कि जेई कोचिंग के बाहर दुनिया है. मतलब मैं ना सबसे बदसूरत लड़का था अपनी कोचिंग में, क्योंकि मुझे पता था कि ये कोचिंग सिर्फ एक पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ है, मेरे पास और भी चीजें करने को. मतलब आई वाज वेरी इनटू पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एंड राइटिंग एंड सब कुछ कर लेना. मुझे पता था कि आई डिड नॉट गिव अ फक अबाउट माय कोचिंग. एंड बट वहां पे ऐसे लोग होते हैं हु डू नॉट नो कि इसके बाहर भी दुनिया है, जिनके पास फोन नहीं होते हैं, जो कि सोशल मीडिया पे नहीं होते हैं, एंड वहां पे ऐसी ट्रॉमेटाइजिंग बात कर जाते हैं टीचर्स या पेरेंट्स या कोई.
अजीब ही बातें हैं, bro. Yeah, I'm very happy now though that everyone has a fair chance in college and everything. like अच्छी बात है यार, हम ही बच्चे होते थे, bro.
अच्छा, talking about trauma, तो मुझे like one thing that I've not really understood is
Yeah.
what exactly is trauma? Like, if you were to point it out, what
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
general sadness and what is something that is traumatic? For example,
Right.
I remember having this conversation with my parents in the car थोड़ा time पहले,
Hmm.
where I just मैंने थोड़ा ऐसे casually बोल दिया कि so if I were to listen to it and so and so मेरे साथ हो जाता, and they were like, you're just building this up in your head क्योंकि तुम्हें ऐसा
If I
लगता है
were
कि
to do
हमने
what?
हम
Come
it's
again?
like I told them कि you idolized one of my relatives for me so that I could go into a particular career path, and
Right.
that's why I wanted myself to go there. And they were like, no, we never did
Right.
that. You might just have been
Huh.
building this up in your own head. Now I'm not sure about
Hmm.
how correct I was or how correct were they.
Hmm.
Let's not go in
Hmm.
there. But how do you separate these two things?
Okay, so like getting down to the definition of trauma and everything, and we'll take it like there are different things, bro. So there are traumatic events, a car crash, all right, being a victim of some forms of abuse, uh, being held captive and everything. What we talk about, what I teach with the Harvard cycle is mainly childhood trauma, and it's mainly the conditioning, all right. So it's not like the work we do is not only trauma, it's mainly that when a child is born, he's got certain needs, all right. If those needs are not met, it leads to wounds and it leads to unmet needs, all right. जो wounds वगैरह होता है, and there's a lot of pain associated with it. Traumatic experiences might not be traumatic for everyone, all right. So it's the way that you process trauma. ठीक है, तो अगर हम ले in a car crash, all right, a car crash is very traumatic, but then it depends on the level of it कि क्या हुआ है. If you go into a car crash and you're able to mobilize, you're able to move away from that thing and you're just able to process it, it might just be easier for you, all right. Another thing is, let's say there's a better example. A car crash is mostly going to be traumatic for a lot of people, but I was coming to the part of that. Let's say you're in a car crash and you're stuck with the seatbelt, or seatbelt bahar nahi aa rahi hai. You're going to be way more traumatized than other person जो car crash में उठा and then he climbs out the window somewhere and he's helping his friends out. All right, that person is not going to be traumatized. Why is that? Is because your fight or flight response has become active, and once your fight or flight response becomes active, you can get to a space of action. You can fight or you can flight. That means your body is doing something to get you to a point of safety, and the trauma doesn't get stuck. All right. Someone who's immobilized is what's more traumatic for that person. ठीक है. अब इसमें on a lighter note, there's another example I was going to give. On a lighter note, let's say there's a dog. All right. Let's say there's a dog. A dog runs after you. You see a dog, you run away, or like a dog is running after you and you're running away. You might not be very traumatized by that situation, or maybe fear is going to be there, but your brain is going to be like, all right, I ran away, bach gaya. Versus someone who hides somewhere and the dog is right outside and he's just barking at you, like you're stuck in a place. You can't fight, you can't flight, and you just like the dog's right there, all right. And it's like you're hiding somewhere. So that's going to be much more traumatic for that person. The mere part of it. And then अगर उसने dog ने काट लिया तो वो और भी अलग चीजें हो रही हैं, ठीक है. So what I'm getting to it, that mainly if you can get into a flight response, the event might not be traumatic, but the way you perceive it, what happens after the event is what's going to be traumatic for you. All right. And then
external variables होते हैं, like psychology पढ़ रहा हूँ आजकल, तो like मेरा course है psychology में, so there's a thing called external variables in a psychology experiment. So if I were to look at it from that point, तो मतलब operant same है, जो operation हो रहा है वो same है, but there are some external variables that are different. कि seat belt लगी हुई है, किसी कुत्ते ने काट लिया, ये चीजें dependent नहीं है तुम पे, तुम नहीं कर सकते कुछ उसमें.
Yeah, number of things you can't do much about that. So with childhood trauma, what we talk about with childhood trauma is that experiences such as let's say abandonment, neglect, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, seeing a parent die, seeing a parent get incarcerated, sent to jail, a parent being addicted to alcohol, witnessing domestic violence, community violence. Those things are clearly traumatic for a child, because a child does not have that ability to be in fight or flight, you can say, or also because that child's sense of safety and sense of nurturing relies on his parents. तो अगर वो environment unsafe रहता है, he's chronically in that environment that he's unsafe, and then when he grows up, his his brain feels that it's unsafe out here, and the fight or flight response ki jo hum baat kar rahe hain, that's always almost going to be active, which is why a lot of people have social anxiety as well. All right, which is why as soon as some people they go back home, they're a completely different person and they don't feel at ease at home, because the parents that are supposed to love you and protect you are the same parents who are hurting you and being abusive and traumatizing you basically. And then if your needs are not met at that point in time, that's going to lead to you having beliefs like maybe I'm not good enough, that's why my needs are not being met. So or just that or yeah, I think mainly it's that. But there's one more thing I was going to say. So if your needs are not being met by your parents and everything, you might grow up not let's say the need for love and validation, so it becomes an unmet need. And then what happens when you grow up is you want to always meet that need from other people because it leaves a void inside, right? So the proper what do you call growing up that's supposed to happen during that time, जो needs meet होके एक natural growth होना चाहिए, वो नहीं होता है. So it sort of becomes like a stunted growth for a person, and that leads to your defense mechanisms, that leads to your protective mechanisms. Because imagine growing up in a, like, let's say, take an example of two kids, all right? One kid grows up in an environment where he's feeling completely unsafe. He sees parents fighting, dad coming home drunk, dad saying abusive things to the mother, dad hitting the child, all right, maybe just couple of times, all right, dad doing that, and he's witnessed that, parents not loving each other, maybe parents separating, all of that stuff, all right, and parents telling him, now इसमें conditioning भी आती है साथ में, all right, so parents saying that you're not good enough. अभी जैसे teachers की बात करी थी हमने कि तुमसे कुछ नहीं होएगा, तुम्हारे marks नहीं आएंगे, तो right, so parents saying that because तुम्हारे marks कम आ गए, you're not good enough, you're not a good guy, you're a pathetic person because you laugh all the time, because तुम teachers की बात नहीं सुनते, तुमने हमारी नाक कटा दिया है. That's very traumatic for a child, all right? And naturally, when that child grows up, it's going to be much, much more difficult for him to go out there, take risks, all right? Because his core emotional talk, the sense of self that he has, his self-esteem, his self-identity is that I am not good enough. All right. So मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकता. So let's say that child goes for an interview. He goes for an interview, doesn't get the job. What he's going to do is he does not have anyone to rely on. He does not have his parents' support at that time. He feels like I can't share things with my parents. And then his internal dialogue is going to be like, of course, I didn't get the job. I'm not good enough. And then he might not try again. Okay, let's entrepreneurship mein kahin pe bhi, he's going to mostly resign. Now, let's say there's another child who grows up in a good, loving environment. Parents keep him safe. Parents provide him with love and affection and everything. All right. We're not talking about only the materialistic stuff. Okay. That's important, but it's mainly the love, validation, safety, security. He sees his parents being in love. He idolizes his parents' relationship. He goes to school. He's got decent teachers. If he fails at any point in time, dad comes home and says, I'm still proud of you. All right. I know you did your best. I know you can do better. All right. And he can share anything he wants with his parents without the fear that the parents will judge him. Because when we'd share something with the parents, like when I'd share something with my parents, like they'd listen, and after that, मुझे ही डांटते थे कि तू क्यों कर रहा है ऐसे? So I'm sharing something, so that breaks the trust. But now he can trust his parents. They're a good support system for him. When this child grows up, he's gonna feel that I am good enough, and I might not succeed in the first try, but then I can learn and I can do things again. So when this guy goes for a job and he doesn't get the job, he's not going to take it personally. He's going to call up his parents and be like, I didn't get the job. And the parents will be supportive. And what he'd want to do is he'd want to try out again, because the core identity is I am good enough. All right. तो क्या हो गया अगर मुझे ये जॉब नहीं मिली? तो वो जो कोर में वर्थ होती है वो स्टेबल है वहां पे, वर्सेस अनदर किड जिसकी वर्थ स्टेबल नहीं है और जो हमेशा is gonna feel like on a who's almost always going to feel like he's just not good enough. So it's a fight from that space of I'm not good enough, se mujhe good enough jana hai. But someone who's got good upbringing and does not have a lot of trauma in his life, has his needs met, not a lot of wounds, he's going to feel like I'm already good enough. Kabhi kabhar nahi hota hai, but that's just how the world is. And if parents can explain that to the child, that there's no failure, there's only learning experiences and just great parenting is happening, वो बहुत ज़्यादा benefit करता है वहाँ पे.
I think उस पे I would like to mention कि my parents have been, from what I see, they've been very good to me. मतलब I never remember, मतलब ऐसा बहुत कम हुआ है कि कुछ something that I wanted to share and I could not share, like just by the fear of their reaction. Choice की बात अलग है, but I've never been fearful of कि उनका reaction क्या होगा इस चीज पे. I have shared stuff, like I've had conversations with my parents where we both ended up crying by the end of it. मतलब मेरे साथ like with my parents, like I was talking to Vedant also on one of my episodes, and उस पे भी we all had a discussion around parents because even he shares a very good relationship with them, and वहाँ पे we are like you got to keep the communication very clear, and that's what I always strive to do with every strong relationship that I have. क्योंकि होता ये है कि if you are not communicating well enough, then वो उसका carry over होता जाता है वो मिसकम्युनिकेशन का बाहर, और फिर एक टाइम पे जाके वो फटता है जहाँ पे एकदम ही कुछ कहीं कहीं की बात कुछ और निकल रही होती है कि 5वीं कॉन्वर्सेशन में पहली कॉन्वर्सेशन का लोड निकल रहा है. फॉर मी इट हैज ऑलवेज बीन कि अगर एक कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही है, if it's a pivotal, if it's an important conversation, by the end of it सारी चीज कम्युनिकेट होनी चाहिए. I remember अभी 2-3 हफ्ते पहले on like कुछ मेरी हरकतों पे my mom was upset on me. And I just called her up. मतलब I instigated because I realized that she's upset. I got to know किसी तरह I realized that she might be upset. I called her up. I instigated that she starts shouting at me किसी तरह. And she went on for an hour, and I realized कि कितनी चीजें थी that she had to say to me on that particular thing itself. And I was like, finally, ये चीज हो गई. This is done. एक closure मिल गया हम दोनों को. I think उससे एक बहुत ही अच्छा environment create होता है for the other conversation that you are gonna have. ये कुछ भी और होना होता है.
Yeah, but I think parents have a much more responsibility out here. I would not have wanted your mom to scream at you. I would have wanted her to process her own emotions and talk to you normally.
नहीं मतलब I was being a
that's
bitch.
What parents. What are you saying?
I was being a bitch too. So I was being a bitch as well. तो मतलब.
Yeah, I mean that's what comes with the children, bro. Like when parents have kids, उनके choice से आए हैं, बच्चे अपनी choice से नहीं आए हैं. So parents gotta have more responsibility out there. Kids are gonna. I mean, you think the kid is not gonna be a bitch? He's gonna be a bitch, right? But it's much more mature from. I mean, it's more mature from your side also, right? That's always good. But as parents, if someone's wanting to be a parent, one thing important for a parent is to learn how to process their own emotions as well, all right, rather than project it onto the kids. So if you're having a bad day at work or something is not going on there, you got to be nice. So one thing which we talk about and one thing which is traumatic as well is what parents do is they do things like silent treatment, all right, which is that they're not going to talk to the child and they're going to make him feel bad because of something he did. That's very traumatic for the child because that makes him question every of his belief. Second thing is if the child is getting angry at the parent, all right, and which is why this so trauma, ek to trauma ke liye, another thing I want to say out here is trauma is very, it's very deep, it's very subjective, it's very like we can't clearly define it, all right. We're just trying our best. I'm just trying my best to explain, but काफी सारी चीजें हम cover कर भी नहीं पाएंगे. But coming back to the part,
sorry, I'm cutting you off, but एक जो चीजें जो मुझे like तो मुझे थोड़ा realize हुआ with trauma. I was also having this conversation with one of my friends the other day, and उसका एक particular trait है which is kind of asshole-ish, kind of interesting, and he told me कि this might just be because there was some continuous instances in his childhood which might just haven't look ऐसा कोई harmful trait नहीं है. It's not that he's not feeling good about himself or ऐसा कुछ. And I was like, bro, this is like some थोड़ा बहुत trauma. And उससे I realized कि trauma मतलब एक obviously it's a negative connotation में word है, but अगर मैं if I try to define it as objectively, it's like जो you're talking about external variable, right? जिसकी वजह से that memory gets stuck. I think that external variable is something that is deeply connected to trauma because it's like whenever anyone, अगर तुम्हें बचपन से कोई memory है कि you know कुत्ता पीछे भाग रहा है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ था थोड़ा अभी एक आध साल पहले. I was walking my dog, चौराहे तक लेके गया, and मेरे कॉलोनी में ना there are a lot of street dogs. और जहाँ पे मैं खड़ा था वहाँ पे वो नीचे एक बिच ने बच्चा दे रखा था. तो उसके I remember that episode very distinctly क्योंकि पता नहीं स्ट्रीट डॉग्स की आदत होती है वो अपनी टेरिटरी मार्क करके रखते हैं और कोई और कुत्ता आता है तो भौंकते हैं उस पर. और ये उस पर भौंकने लगी एंड वो बच्चा था वो भी भौंकने लगा एंड क्योंकि बच्चे थे माँ बहुत ज़्यादा नाराज सी हो गई एंड यू नो I ran and everything. I remember मैं गिर भी गया था एंड तब से I kind of sort of have kind of a micro fear for stray dogs and I'm always looking around for stray dogs. It's like that particular external variable of that dog running behind me or barking at me that got stuck. And I think
fear to रहेगा bro, definitely.
And I think that is how I understood trauma.
Or different है यार. I don't think I can Yeah, I
अगर
can't
childhood
place a better example with this dog wala. I don't think it's a very good example, ये dog wala though.
अगर
I don't know.
और जो चाइल्डहुड
हाँ.
वाला है ना, आई थिंक इस
हाँ.
पे दे आर लाइक वेरी माइक्रो इंस्टेंसेस बट दे आर वेरी कंटिन्यूअस, कि छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं,
Go on, sorry.
छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, शायद एक थप्पड़ी है, शायद कुछ और है, बट काफी कंटिन्यूअस है.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
happening all through when you're growing up. So it's like
Right.
ingrained deep inside you. क्योंकि ऐसे ये है ना कि my mom shouted
Yeah.
at me, तो ऐसा नहीं कि रोज
Yeah.
होता है. That like happens
Yeah.
once in 6 months, तो वो register भी नहीं होता, because there are other
Yeah,
memories
yeah.
to like overshadow that. But अगर continuously ऐसे
Right.
micro instances हो रहे हैं, then that is like वो base बन जाता है.
Right. Yeah. So like with childhood trauma, it's not only, so this is chronic trauma that we're talking about out here, right? क्यों होए जा रहा है. But then there's acute trauma as well. Some experiences are acute, like physical abuse or sexual abuse. एक बार हो जाए वो ही काफी रहता है. Honestly, right? So that's a form of acute trauma. Abandonment एक बार हो जाए काफी है. Neglect is more chronic. All right. Emotional abuse can be more chronic. So it's divided into those categories as well. Is it ongoing or is it just one experience? तो दोनों होता है
आपके बीच
वहाँ
में
पे.
पेंसिल बस जाना is acute trauma.
हाँ हाँ. Yeah, वो तो काफी वो काफी trauma वहाँ पे.
वो तो context आप दे दो जो सुन रहे होंगे.
हाँ. So yeah. So Sid's done his research out here. Kafi. So basically, so I never get spelling mistakes ever in my life, and that's a really good thing that happened. But that's because I think when I was 3-4 years old, and my mom was teaching me, so she started teaching spellings and everything to me, and she started to, because she was a scholar herself. I think she'd done a PhD or something, MA PhD करा है उन्होंने. So she wanted me also to be like a studious kid who was good at studies and everything, and that's been great. But then the way of her teaching was very was very traumatic to the kid basically. So I remember the word, I think Hindi spellings कर रहे थे हम. Like I was 3-4 years old. I remember the exact word, bro. Like imagine, मेरे को कुछ नहीं याद है पढ़ाई से. उस मोमेंट में मेरे को बस ये एक वर्ड याद है जिसकी मैं स्पेलिंग नहीं भूलूंगा कभी, और उसके बाद से मेरी स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक नहीं हुई है. So the word was चिड़िया था, हिंदी में लिख रहे थे हम, right? तो मैंने बड़ी ई की मात्रा डाल दी थी छोटी की जगह, and she saw that. She put a pencil in between my fingers and then just twisted them. I was crying in pain. I was screaming. And it was just crazy. वो इतना deep stuck हुआ that मैंने कभी spelling mistake नहीं करी. But then at the same time, if you consider, like back in the day, couple of years back, I'd be like that's amazing. बच्चों को ये तो करना ही चाहिए अगर उनकी जिंदगी में कभी spelling mistake नहीं हो रही. But then that changes the child a lot. That put in my mind that my mom is unsafe for me. All right, that I can't open up to her something. Or वो that's very shocking to the child, because this person who's my life right now, and I don't understand, like, what do you expect from a 3-year-old child? Like, you expect him to make no spelling mistakes and being like spelling bee and everything, right? Which is just unrealistic. So just unrealistic standards are being made. Makes the child feel that he's not good enough, makes the child feel that there's something wrong with him, makes him feel unsafe in his own house, makes him feel like he cannot trust his own mother, makes him be very anxious around his mother, because he does not know when the mother is going to give him love or where the pain is going to be coming. At the same time, the pain jo wahan pe already ho raha hai, physical. So a lot of things go down there, and that's what a lot of people fail to miss. Okay. So yeah, pretty painful.
Like मतलब एक चीज मैंने I मतलब जब से I've been following your content, and especially because I also follow Hybrid Cycle and all, because I see that what you said, right, कि इतने सारे traumatic experiences a child goes through. क्योंकि I've seen my relatives and who are like beating up their kids and like मतलब कि पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे तो चाटे लगा दिए and ऐसा हो गया. और ऐसा भी नहीं कि they're doing it on choice या उनको मजा आ रहा है ऐसा करने में. It's almost as if they are frustrated to a point where they have to get their anger out. Now, ऐसे में what should, like, if there are, like, I would obviously advise all the people who are young parents or planning to watch this. So if there's something like this, इतना, क्योंकि obviously वो एक anger तो एक human response है ना, वो एक even adult को भी आएगा ही. तो how does someone like navigate कि नहीं ये बच्चे पे तो नहीं निकलेगा, और obviously कहीं और घर पे भी नहीं निकलना चाहिए because that's toxic. क्या तरीका?
Right. So we'll take in from the अभी बीच में we were having that conversation और वहीं से continue करते हैं, because I was getting to an anger part also.
Oh, okay.
So one another thing that happens where parents fall short. एक तो मैं वो बता ही रहा था where like one thing I shared पहले, और फिर second thing I was going to share is silent treatment I shared, and the second thing I was going to share is, which is difficult on the parents' part also, is that when the child gets angry. All right. So let's say the child gets angry, starts breaking stuff, starts screaming at the mother, and just is angry about something that the parent did. Let's say the mother told him to not play, and the child just gets angry and frustrated. All right. And what parents do, either they give him the silent treatment or they slap him, and they get into this ego battle with the child. Like you're a 5-year-old child, so they become children themselves and just get into an ego battle with the child, slap him, do a lot of things out there. All right. And they withdraw their love from the child. Now that again is traumatic for the child. That creates an unsafe environment for him, that shapes his personality, because what he's understanding is that if I show anger, I will not be loved. That means anger is not a good emotion. I don't need to have that emotion inside me. So what is basically happening is the child is not becoming his own person when he grows up. He's becoming a shadow of his own parents. All right. So in the household, the parent's job is to make a safe space for the child to express whatever emotion he's having, and at the minimum make the child feel that he can say, do, be whoever he wants to be. मतलब कुछ भी करे, no matter how bad he is, he will still be loved. All right. Withdrawing love is very, very like the worst thing a parent can do. All right. And that's what every parent does. So here, if someone's going to be a parent, because no one talks about parenting. The only parenting that you know about is how you've been parented. And at best, that's going to be traumatic. All right. Unless you've got just Buddha level parents or something. All right. So everybody studies about a lot of things, but then no one studies parenting. No one understands how you got to parent a child. What does a child feel and everything. And then they just see that they're ready to bring another person into the world, and they just give in their own trauma to the child. All right. As a way of projection वहाँ पे, और उसी को traumatize कर देते हैं.
ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ पता है ही नहीं कि it's like इतना तैयारी करते हो तुम छोटी चीज के लिए, but for parenting it's like you're just bringing a child into this world.
Yeah. So with that, like, unless you are healed yourself, unless you worked on yourself, I don't think you're ready to be a parent. All right. There is a responsibility that people need to have before bringing someone else into the world, and just realize that no parent wants to traumatize a child, and mostly they do it from a space of that they're giving them the best. All right. But then their best isn't good enough for the child because they're not sure about it. हाँ, तुम्हारे अच्छे के लिए मान रहे हैं, but they don't know कि वो अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है वहाँ पे, right? So you want to learn about these things. You want to work on yourself first, ताकि वो जो anger तुम्हें बच्चों पे निकालना है, you process that पहले. You control your emotions पहले. You control your ideas or whatever. You control your ideas of sexism as well. Like, if you've got problem with women, or you've got problem with boys or men, if you have a boy child or girl child, your problems are going to go there. Your children are going to feel rejected out there. All right. At the same time, your emotional problems वो वहाँ पे निकलेंगे. Your emotional needs वो met नहीं है, you're going to meet those needs from the child. If सारी problems ना वहाँ पे pass on हो जाती हैं. So till the time you have resolved all these things, you should not be a parent. All right. Because you're bringing someone else. It's a choice for you to bring or not bring someone else in the world, but it's not a choice for the child that's going to be born. So there's a huge responsibility that you have. And till the time you haven't worked on yourself and you understand these things, I don't think someone's ready to have kids.
Dude, like on the matter of kids ना, मतलब अब पता नहीं, I'm just 19, तो मुझे क्या ही पता है. But मुझे ऐसे दिखता है, a child is कितना काम है. Like to get a child.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot of work.
I was watching one live stream Avalon पे यार, like एक बाप बनने पे इतना financial load आ जाता है, and I was like, dude, how are you gonna, it's like वो तो मेरा money है सब, अभी के लिए तो ऐसा लग रहा है मन सा उड़ गया बच्चों से.
हाँ, exactly. और वो आना भी चाहिए, मन उठना भी चाहिए till the time. And if someone's having kids from a space of अरे यार इतना सारा financial load आ गया इस बच्चे की वजह से, that's a dumbass argument. You made the kid, you gave birth to the kid, you decided to have a kid. वो आया नहीं है, तुम लाए हो अपने ऊपर. Like you were dumb enough to get that financial load on yourself. So till the time you're financially stable.
The stream was about कि वो analyze ही कर रहे थे कि कितना आ गया. Like it was
exactly. So like you've got to understand and you've got to be ready for that financial load, for your time and everything. All right. If you feel, एक तो ये outsource भी तो कर देते हैं बच्चों को आजकल हर एक जगह, उनकी स्कूल में डाल दिया, बोर्डिंग स्कूल में डाल दिया, नैनी के पास डाल दिया, हम पूरे काम करेंगे. Both the parents want to work 60 hours 80 hour work week, संडे को भी साथ में ही जाना है, और फिर संडे को एक दिन छुट्टी है, तब बच्चों को बोला यार प्लीज दूर रहो, हम पूरे दिन थक गए हैं, पूरे हफ्ते थक गए हैं. इट्स लाइक उनको भाव ही नहीं देना है, kids go and still want to have kids, and then be like, "Man, my kids are so needy," and always blame the kids. If you're at that level in your career where your career is more important than the kids and you can't give time to your kids, you don't need to have kids. Focus on your career. And at the same time, once your career is at that space where you feel I want kids right now and I'm satisfied professionally, or मैं थोड़ा कम time वहाँ पे दे सकता हूँ, and I can spend more time with my kids, plus the partner that you have, उनका भी priority has shifted to the kids, so that at least the child grows up feeling loved and grows up with good self-esteem and feels loved. Like if you can't attend his sports meets, you can't attend his competitions, you can't spend time with him, you can't have one meal together every day, you can't bring him gifts and everything. Yeah, and it's not about the monetary thing. A number of times now, parents they work because they're like, we want to give the best to the kids, all right? But a child does not want the materialistic best. The best that he wants is your time, your affection, your love, your touch, and that's what he wants. That's what matters more than you buying him all the expensive shit. I think a child can grow up without it. Like if he has it, that's great. But bare minimum ho jaye aur uske upar you're there for him emotionally, physically, and he can rely on you, count on you. That's more important out there.
Obviously, like the thing that you said with touch and hugging and all. मतलब ये तो मतलब biology में coded. I was listening to Joe Rogan कुछ दिन पहले, and there was this guy who was like I don't really remember exactly who it was some Andrew guy, and they're talking about how when a couple has a child, then prolactin, which is a hormone in the body, it goes up so that the father that what makes the dad bored, because the biology has started programming the father to start parenting the child. तो तुम्हारी biology तुम्हें कह रही है कि अपने बच्चे को अपने पास रखो, and you are just treating him or her like an object जिसका तुम्हें ध्यान रखना है. पेट नहीं है वो तुम्हारा. पेट को भी प्यार करना पड़ता है, बट ये तो ज्यादा है उससे. पेट तो ट्रॉमा बोल नहीं सकता अपना, तुम्हारा बोल नहीं सकता. इसका ट्रॉमा रिफ्लेक्ट भी नहीं होगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, बट बच्चे का तो होगा ना.
That's true, bro. So with the touch, skin to skin contact is also important, like having the child lie down on your chest and everything. वो काफी important होता है यार. Also parents need to be attuned. They need to be a lot of things out here, bro. Parenting is just another whole game plan. पूरा ही वो अलग extreme है.
Yeah, people generally ऐसा they are like कि they have kids in like उनका objective होता है they'll fix the relationship if they have a kid.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that's what?
Yeah.
Where does that notion even come from? वो जो बच्चा है, that is bringing chaos in your life at least for the first 20 years that he's gonna live. और तुम्हें लगता है अगर तुम्हारी relationship अभी haywire है और तुम एक और chaotic entity ले आओगे तो उससे life अच्छी हो जाएगी. मतलब क्यों? मतलब ये वो होता है ना पिक्चर देख के कि बच्चे आ गए तो पीछे गाना बजने लगा, and वो एक ही गाने ड्रीम सीक्वेंस में बच्चा बड़ा भी हो गया, and all that happened. उसी चक्कर में I think पता नहीं ऐसा हो रखा है, दिमाग खराब कर रखा है उनका.
Wild, bro. Wild notions around things. They don't want to address the core problem in the relationship. They want to just bring another soul out here and traumatize him और उसको भी परेशान करो. I mean, just wild.
अच्छा, कोई time constraint है क्या? Or can we go on? I mean,
we can take 10-15 minutes more. We can go on for a little while.
चलो ठीक है. तो I mean, I saw this series on your channel. It's called Dating Coach Reviews, and I think you and I share this common frustration with Bollywood, जहाँ पे वो ऐसे फालतू के notions plant करते हैं, जैसे हमने अभी इससे पहले बात करी. मतलब मैं तो इतना frustrated हूँ. I wrote a entire research paper in my previous semester on how Bollywood is shaping the cultural unconscious of the country, and I read a lot on it, and मतलब पूरा ही मतलब अपने खोल के ही बैठ गए थे उस चीज़ को. And what do you think about it? क्योंकि मैंने देखा है ना, you are like वो उसमें it's like वो कॉमेडिक हो जाता है, वो एक रोमांटिक सा सॉन्ग हो रहा है, उसमें जो है लाइक क्रैकिंग जोक के अभी उसके पास जाएगा, अभी मर गई सारी. तो
हाँ, I mean obvious होता है bro. It's obvious कि कितना fucked up shit है. And जो हमने starting of the stream में बात किया था, a lot of creators online are talking about dating and talking about stuff because it's good content. It is very good content, all right. I understand it will get you views and everything, बट नो वन हैज बीन देयर इन द डॉट, राइट? किसी ने वो ग्राउंड रियलिटी नहीं देखी है। सबका रिसर्च, जैसे कुछ भी चीज पे ले लो, इंस्टाग्राम पे हो रहा है, उन्होंने एक गूगल सर्च करा, दे लाइक हम डॉक्टर बन गए आज, फिर एक गूगल सर्च करा, अरे हम पॉलिटिक्स के एक्सपर्ट बन गए, एक और गूगल सर्च, अरे हम स्टॉक्स और क्रिप्टो एक्सपर्ट बन गए हैं, राइट? नो वन नोज द ग्राउंड रियलिटी, व्हाट द फक इज गोइंग ऑन, राइट? And same thing here with Bollywood, bro. Bollywood and these music videos, Punjabi music videos वगैरह. Bollywood, I mean, I'm a big fan of Bollywood, all right. I'm a fan, but then I criticize also काफी. But then it's just, I mean, it's wild at times the kind of things that they do, and जिससे because मुझे पता है ना, मैं भी grow up हो रहा था, like यार ऐसे ही होता होगा, और फिर ऐसा होता नहीं है. It's just so fucking disappointing, and they're trying to write good scripts though now. They're trying to do good things. Okay, वो कर रहे हैं इधर उधर, काफी सारी वेब सीरीज वगैरह हैं. I don't think I can name any which is really good, but I mean again, yeah, like the frustration is of course there. कुछ चीजें अच्छी हो रही हैं, कुछ नहीं हो रही हैं. Recently I was watching वो यार, I was watching Govinda's movie यार, Jodi Number 1, all right, after a long time. I've grown up to Govinda. I'm a 90s kid. I absolutely love Govinda. He's been my favorite. He's been my favorite since the time I realized that it's okay if I'm not cool, all right? Like most of the times, if you want to keep your favorite things, you want to be the cool person. So if someone who's your favorite, it has to be Ranveer Singh or Shah Rukh Khan. You can't have, or like Nawazuddin Siddiqui. You can't have someone like Shahid Kapoor your favorite, right? Because you're like, "Arey, log kya bolenge?" So in school, that's what I had. But then I really enjoyed watching Govinda. But now when I saw Jodi Number 1, oh fuck, bro, the kind of shit that's going on in that movie. भाई एक सीन है, इससे ज्यादा वाइल्ड सीन नहीं देखा मैंने कभी.
मैंने देखा नहीं है, बट बताइए.
Bro, fuck yeah, like these are the movies that I grew up with, and I love these movies, all right, but it's a comedic scene, and वो मेरे को register नहीं कर रहा था. But once I saw it now, अभी 1-2 महीने पहले, what happens is गोविंद एक ट्रेन में चढ़ जाता है, वो चोर होता है, ट्रेन में चढ़ जाता है, उसके पास टिकट होती नहीं है, goes into a compartment, there's Twinkle Khanna out there, all right? Twinkle Khanna, तुम क्या हो, कौन हो, क्या हो, ये मेरा बर्थ है, तुम हटो यहाँ से. And he starts flirting with her, says all these sexual cheesy lines or whatever. And I think something along the lines of, ठीक है मैं ऊपर हो जाता हूँ, आप नीचे हो जाइए, something like that, all right? Very very crazy thing. बहुत cringe bro, बड़ा गंदा. और फिर अब क्या होता है ना, टीटी आता है वहां पे चेक करने टिकट्स. तो what he does is, टीटी को टिकट नहीं दिखाने के लिए he grabs her and kisses her. ठीक है, grabs her and kisses her, और वो मेक आउट कर रहा था. टीटी वहां पे कहता है टिकट, कहता ऐसे करता है, चल जा ऐसे, and he's making out with her, right? ऐसे जा कर रहा होता है, ठीक है. तो टीटी कहता है वो कहता है जा यहाँ से, ठीक है. एंड इट्स अ कॉमेडिक सीन. तो टीटी चला जाता है, एंड दैट इज द वे फॉर हिम टू गेट आउट ऑफ अ फकिंग ट्रेन टिकट की उसके पास नहीं है जो ट्रेन में. एंड शी आउट देयर, शी इज लाइक व्हाट द फक इज दिस, ये क्या किया तुमने, नहीं ये तो बहुत बुरी बात है. एंड ही इज लाइक अरे कोई नहीं, वो तो भाई वो ट्रेन वाला था तो मैंने बस कर दिया, व्हाटएवर. एंड देन वो थोड़ी गुस्सा हो जाती है तो चला जाता है. 1-2 बार और मीटिंग होती है. By the end of, like, all the scenes are so cringe, bro. By the end of it, they get married by the end of the movie.
Obviously,
all right, वो romance बना दिया उन्होंने. Like imagine, और यही same scene हसीना मान जाएगी में भी होता है, ठीक है. वो
अरे ये same scene उसमें है. जुड़वा 2 अभी रिलीज हुई है, वो 3-4 साल पहले.
अरे यार
सेम सीन है
ब्रो. ये तो
लड़की को टैप कर रहा है, वो किस कर रहा है वो, एंड nothing with consent obviously. और आखिरी में क्या हो रहा है, consent, yeah, आखिरी में क्या हो रहा है, obviously हीरो इन्होंने मिल ही जा रहे हैं, and
getting the girl, ये बहुत unrealistic है यार, बहुत ज्यादा ही वाइल्ड. like I think this is worse than fucking Kabir Singh, bro. Like Kabir Singh is still something I can wrap my head around कि वो लव स्टोरी कहीं पे हो रही होगी, ओके, मैं समझ सकता हूँ. वो रियलिस्टिक है, बहुत क्रिंज है. मतलब जब मैं देख रहा था कबीर सिंह तो नहीं, मैं अर्जुन रेड्डी देख रहा था. आई कुडंट वेट फॉर कबीर सिंह बिकॉज़ इट वाज सो अमेजिंग. तो मैंने मलयालम में ही देख ली थी पहले, या जो भी लैंग्वेज थी, आई एम सॉरी. तो मैंने वो देख ली थी सबटाइटल्स के साथ. और फिर जब सीन आ रहे थे ना, मैं ऐसे बंद कर रहा था. मैं कहा नहीं भाई ये मत करिए, बहुत बुरा है यार, बहुत बुरा है. बट स्टिल लाइक आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, क्लाइमैक्स इज एकदम ही चुतिया. बट द कॉलेज वाले जो सीन्स थे, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कभी ना कभी हो रहा होगा, कहीं हो जाएगा. बट जो ये चुतिया था ना ब्रो, जो मैंने जोड़ी नंबर 1 और जो बाकी मूवीज में देख रहा हूँ ना मैं, ये बहुत ही गलत गंदे लेवल पे था ये. तो
हाँ मतलब
सिमिलरली यू रिमेंबर वाचिंग जानी दुश्मन, उसमें करण गिल एंड दे डिड दैट थिंग. तो जानी दुश्मन में लिटरली वो उसको आई थिंक द गाय मोलेस्ट सर, और जो उनका फ्रेंड सर्कल होता है वो बोलता है अरे माफ कर दो ना, क्या हो गया, गलती तो सबसे ही होती है. आई थिंक मोलेस्टर और इवन रेप सर और समथिंग, ऑलराइट. वो कहते हैं माफ कर दो यार, अब तुम भाव खा रही हो. दे टेलिंग द गर्ल तुम भाव खा रही हो, ठीक है, तुम अटेंशन के लिए कर रही हो, इनको माफ कर दो, गलती तो सबसे ही होती है. पुलिस के पास भेजने का क्या पॉइंट है, अब तुम दोस्त है ना सारे. आई मीन इतना गंद फैला हुआ है ना ब्रो बॉलीवुड में, पता नहीं. शुक्र है मैंने जुड़वा 2 नहीं देखी ब्रो.
ब्रो मैं तो आई मीन मतलब एक टाइम के बाद देयर इज दिस like मेरे घर पे my siblings they are fans. मतलब
Yeah.
I hope that they grow up with the right kind of education. They're just watching it for cheap
Yeah.
entertainment. But at this point वो cheap entertainment भी नहीं देखा जाता. I'm like what
काफी
is
cringe हो जाता है यार.
हाँ it's cringe and it
Yeah.
like कैसे हो रहा है मतलब I mean the only I think Bollywood movie like मतलब मैं comedy बहुत ही जो एकदम लो लेवल टाइप like वो भी अच्छी comedy जैसे वेलकम और वेलकम comedy बहुत अच्छी है I mean I love वेलकम
Yeah.
तो I
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
that a lot बट उसके अलावा जो थोड़ी ऐसे थोड़ी जिसमें थीम हो ना किसी कॉन्वर्सेशन में लाइक मूवी में उसमें गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर आई डोंट थिंक उसके अलावा मैं
Yeah,
कुछ ज्यादा
yeah.
देख सकता हूँ मतलब मैं अपने कॉलेज में भी आई एम द हेड
Gangs
ऑफ
is
द
amazing, bro.
साइकोलॉजी क्लब तो आई
Yeah.
मतलब अभी कल ही आई सेड कि देखो नेक्स्ट वीक हमारी मीटिंग है वी गोना डू मूवी एनालिसिस सब गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर
Yeah,
देख के
yeah.
आओगे कैरेक्टर
वो
एनालिसिस
Gangs of Wasseypur is amazing. Yeah.
तो
वो बहुत सही है ब्रो. मूवी बहुत ही सही है. उसका जो मनोज वाजपेयी का सीन है ना, वो कपड़े धोने वाला, वो बहुत अमेजिंग सीन है ब्रो. That's
हाँ और
a very
एंड
good scene.
उसमें सारे संदेश दिए गए हैं कंसेंट का संदेश भी है
हाँ.
उसमें
हाँ.
वुमेन का रिस्पेक्ट करने का भी संदेश है अगर तुम जाके किसी
हाँ.
प्रोस्टिट्यूट के साथ सो रहे हो तो तुम कोई अच्छी बात नहीं कर रहे हो तुम्हें भड़वा साला रंडीबाज बोल के भगाएगी तुम्हारी बीवी
ब्रो वो वाइल्ड मूवी है यार वो. It's I mean at least रियलिस्टिक समझ सकते हैं हम कि हाँ ये हो रहा होगा. You might not
हाँ.
agree with it, but हो रहा होगा कहीं पे, हो सकता है वो, ठीक है.
I mean,
दिल्ली में नहीं
हाँ.
हो रहा, but कहीं तो हो रहा है.
मतलब उसमें एक चीज मुझे अच्छी लगती है कि देयर आल्सो स्ट्रांग फेमिनिन कैरेक्टर्स मतलब आखिरी में
Yeah.
सबकी
Richa
मास्टरमाइंड
Chadda's character is amazing.
दुर्गा ही
Yeah.
निकलती है वो मरवा
Yeah,
देती है
yeah,
उसको
वही.
भी
हाँ. I like Richa Chadda's character was amazing यार. Huma Qureshi's
हाँ.
character was amazing. सब कुछ ही था यार वहाँ पे. तो it's a very good movie यार वो तो.
हाँ.
But then again you can't please everyone also ना. वो भी तो सीन है. सब लोग हमेशा खुश नहीं रहते यार. जो like people must have been like ये कितनी violent movie है, बच्चों पे बुरा असर हो रहा है, ये क्या क्या दिखा रहे हो तुम. या फिर the other clan would be like औरतों को strong क्यों दिखाया जा रहा है, ये this is against our culture and this कुछ भी होता है bro. Can't always
I'm like parents भी saying कि तुम ये लोग violent movies दिखा रहे हैं and then going and beating their kids. Okay bro.
Yeah.
अच्छा लेकिन एक चीज और होती है I mean जैसे अपन ने थोड़ी बॉलीवुड की बात करी but even this pickup maybe the thing that you do उसमें there's a element of risk involved like I think I remember if I remember it correctly I remember you telling a story only where you were in a club and you tapped a girl and then you start dancing with her I think it was something like that right
Yeah.
तो वहाँ पे how do you navigate that territory I mean I'm just asking because I'm interested मैं क्लब तो जाता ही नहीं मतलब कहाँ कभी गया ही नहीं
हाँ bro यार you need a lot of practice. You need to understand what क्या acceptable है क्या नहीं है. If a girl in the club, if a girl is turning that side और मैं पीछे हूँ, मैं 2 fingers से आराम से just tapping her shoulder out here, not नीचे, not here, and I'm just tapping her shoulder like this. It's almost like I'm calling her, alright, because music is too loud. She can turn around. Mostly she's not going to be offended, alright. Never has it happened that a girl is offended. या 1-2 बार ले लेते हैं कभी, maybe मैं भूल रहा हूँ, ठीक है. She's not offended. If she's offended, she's like, how dare you touch me? I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just fucking bounce. I didn't mean to offend you. I was just trying to get your attention. I'm so sorry. All right. That's the worst that's gonna happen. In the daytime, you can't even do that. In the daytime, if someone's walking, you can't come up to them and you can't do this because it seems like पीछे से अरे कौन आ गया? The girl's gonna get scared. So that's a lot of experience and a lot of understanding about social skills also. So the risk around touch तो वो तो है ही, and you want to keep consent in mind every time. So things that I teach, one is verbal consent, and then there's non-verbal consent as well. All right. So if let's say I'm on a date with a girl, I give her my hand, she takes my hand, there is consent. All right. There's no doubt there's consent. If I'm on the dance floor, right, I tap her, she turns around, I give her my hand, she takes my hand, I spin her around, I take her hand on my shoulder, there is clear consent. I'm looking at her in the eyes, I have my hands on her waist, she's not removing my hands away, her eye contact is with me like this, all right. She does not have eye contact like, and she's not trying to look away, she's not trying to push me away, okay. That means there is consent. Agar ye sari cheezein ho rahi, she's pushing me away and everything, clearly there's no consent, then I'm not going to do that, okay. Ab usme then at the same time, when I'm touching or when I'm holding the hand, I'm not gripping it like this कि कोई हटा नहीं सकता है. All right, it's a very light thing. It's firm. It's not weak like a limp dick. All right, it's firm. But if she wants to pull away, she can easily pull away. All right, so that choice part of
it's
her,
comfortable.
that अगर अभी consent है, it's comfortable, and she has a choice that if she wants to pull away, she can pull away. Okay. And with what we teach is, like, touch is a whole together different language. Yeah. It's something that I don't talk about on the YouTube channel as well, because it's too risky to talk about that. It's a very nuanced topic. Okay. So with the touch, our goal isn't that ki bandi no bol rahi hai aur tab hum back off karenge as a man. Or it's not that. It's not that the girl says no and you back off. It's not that the girl pulls her hand away and then you back off. It's about preempting it. It's about not even letting her be in that space to say, like, not even letting her reach that point where she has to say no or she has to pull back. If you're a man, you need to understand social skills and you need to understand the woman's comfort, that even that you realize she's getting uncomfortable and you want to pull back yourself. All right. कि वो uncomfortable हो रही है, उसे no नहीं बोलना चाहिए, मैं पहले ही पीछे हो जाता हूँ, so that उसका safety with me is maintained. And that's good for you as well. Why? Because now she can trust you. And girls, so many times, so, all right, let me try and frame my words correctly. So if you're holding a girl's hand for longer, and she doesn't like it, she's waiting for you to pull it away and sort of understand that she's going to look away. She's going to try to pull it away because she does not want to have that awkward conversation of being like, leave my hand. Because once that awkward conversation happens, then wo pura wo ekdam kharab ho gaya hai, and you'll feel bad about it. Yeah, because the girl does not want you also to feel bad. Women are nice that way, all right?
I've noticed this with
women
my
are
friends.
nice.
उनके साथ बंदे कैसी हरकतें कर रहे होते हैं, and they're just letting it go because they don't want to spoil पता नहीं whatever, and you know.
Yeah. So they're nice in that way. They don't want you to feel bad. They want कि तुम्हें बुरा ना लग जाए. ठीक है, तो तुम अपने आप ही छोड़ दो. बट अगर तुम नहीं छोड़ रहे तो फाइनली they'll be like, यार बहन क्या कर रहा है, right? So with what we teach, our goal is वो जब टाइम पे you notice uncomfortable हो रहा है, बहन एकदम से drop it. वो पॉइंट ही मत आने दो कि उनके लिए वो नॉन कंसेंट वाला पॉइंट आ जाए, राइट? एंड दैट्स व्हाट द गोल इज विद टच एंड विद कंसेंट, ब्रो. हमेशा पहले ही रहता है वो. Otherwise it's just like that's the gray area that we aim at every time.
Okay, चलो जी, probably अभी तक मेरे कैमरा रिकॉर्ड करना बंद कर दिया होगा because 1.5 घंटा हो गया है. But I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. What about you, sir? कैसा लगा आपको बात करके?
Definitely, bro. I mean, great conversation, great new set of questions. Been doing some podcasts, but we had a new set of questions out here.
Yeah.
It was lovely talking to you, bro.
Yeah, would love to do this again sometime, कभी भी, जब भी, you know, और भी कुछ चीजें जो मुझे unpack करनी होंगी, क्योंकि like the Highwood cycle, the thing that you're doing, I think उसमें काफी नई चीजें होती हैं. And whenever I see the videos and stuff, I'm like, this is something like new. Whenever, like, even when you're talking about the most generic topics about like insecurities or procrastination and all that, I think that a lens that you bring is very new and nuanced, and I like that. So
which is again. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. With the lens part, that's exactly what got me also hooked onto all these things, and just like there's such a new perspective, so I've been enjoying that as well. Lovely conversation, bro. Thank you so much.
I'm just gonna stop the recording.